St. Louis had taken the first 2 games of this 3-game set. Remember, these 2 teams went down to the wire last year in the Central. Shane Reynolds pitch in the dirt and gets Mike DeFelice to get the swing at a bad one. Jeff Brown, Paper Bagwell the other way. Almost gone. Passed through, though. Brad Asmus from Cheshire, Connecticut, goes to third. 3 batters later, bases loaded, Darrell Ward. To center field, Jimmy Edmonds getting ready to throw it.
You see how he played that, got behind the throw there?
Oh.
Look how accurate he is with his throws.
And that's one catcher to another, too. Brad Asmus to DeFelice, who drops the ball.
Well, you get so used to receiving those blows, you get an opportunity to. But if the guy's blocking the plate, what are you supposed to do? Should slide into his shin guard? He's got to get through him somehow.
So now, Blum with the backhander. Garrett Stevenson's leaving. Now here we go. Ball to right goes under the glove of J.D. Drew. It's going to be a 3-base error. Bagwell scores. Richard Hidalgo scores a 2-1 game. Is now a 4-1 game. And, you know, sometimes.
Well, that's unusual. He's not going to make many of those mistakes.
Now it's 5-2 bottom 7. Jimmy Edmonds, left center field. Sends it back, gone. 5th homer against the Astros this year. It's a 1-run game. Bottom 9, 2 out. Placido Polanco pinch hitting against Billy Wagner, and Hidalgo with a grab to save the game. So the Cards do take 2 of 3 twice from the Astros, but Houston wins in scintillating fashion 5-4 on this day as Shane Reynolds goes 5 1/3 and gets the win despite the Edmonds homer and the 3-for-3 by Marrero.
Tremendous play by Hidalgo. We got a chance to see that there. He's played some center field, left field, and now they got him in right. He's
scoreless game, top 3 bases loaded. Alex Gonzalez, Cubs, base hit. 2-run score, 2-0 Chicago.
What a change of scenery has been for Alex Gonzalez. Off to a fantastic start.
Still top of the 3rd. Mark Bellhorn, for whom the bell horn tolls. Doubles to left, 2-run score, 4-0 Cubs. Bottom of the 5th, 4-1 Cubs with 1 out. Ed Montague says, wait a minute, it's raining. That would be a tarp, please. 93 minutes as the rains in Pittsburgh, but they resume. And Sammy Sosa up the middle. Chris Stein scores.
That's a whole lot of fun playing infield in on wet grass with Sammy Sosa hitting.
I was just sitting there saying, oh, my goodness.
Row. Eric Young along the first baseline. Why did JT Snow win Gold Gloves? Watch this play. And with the, whoa, he holds on to make the play. Not a lot of room in foul ground.
Well, one thing about playing this ballpark, you better know the little crooks and crannies, and JT does. Watch the ball man there getting out of the way. Big play by him, Errol.
He got taken out. Great catch. Got his 2 feet in, just like Jack Snow, his dad, the wide receiver.
Meanwhile, Shinjo has not had a big start at the plate for the Giants, but he's got a big smile here. Ramon Martinez scores on this little dumper in the 2nd inning. Barry Bonds on first after walk, bottom 3rd. Sean Dunston to center field. Bonds going to come around, but they take another look, and he's gimping his way in. He re-aggravated the strained hamstring he sustained in spring training. Not serious. Day to day, he would leave the game. Don't know yet if he's going to be able to go Monday night in San Diego. Richie Sexson, big strike zone, dangerous hitter. It's feast or famine here.
Well, 0-2 pitch knocks him off the plate. Ortiz, perfect pitch. Sexton says, all right, he's going to throw me a hook right here. And he jumped on it.
4th homer of the year for Richie Sexson. And it's now a 2-1 game. The Giants lead 3-2 in the top of the 8th. Matt Stairs from New Brunswick, Canada. Off the wall, scoring Brett Favre lookalike Jeff Jenkins. We're 3-3. More batting for the Brewers against the usually dependable, well, he's always dependable, except not 100% of the time, F-Rod. It's Alex Sanchez, base hit. Stairs chugs home. And Dusty's not used to seeing the bullpen below 1, but they did, and the Brewers get off the 7-game losing schneid.
And that was a dicey play right there. They almost got the tag on the runner going to 3rd before that run scored at home.
Russ Ortiz has only 1 decision in his first 3 starts. One of those guys that doesn't get the decisions maybe he should, Buck.
Like Ortiz, he got good stuff, got #1 starter stuff. Tough to see a young guy not get off to a good 1-loss record, but he's pitching well.
Meanwhile, the Diamondbacks trying for a 4-game sweep in Colorado. Chris the Donalds, the hero the other night, goes the other way to left, and look at one-time National League Rookie of the Year, Todd Hollandsworth, make the catch, saving at least one run.
Well, that's why in Colorado you almost have to have 3 center fielders playing in the outfield there. He went a long ways to get that ball.
Top of the 5th, 3-1 Rockies, but a former Rocky, the Q, Quentin McCracken. A 2-run shot, first of the year, ties it at 3. Mark Grace caught on a rundown. Danny Batista hit the ball. Now Gracie is going to get tagged out here, but wait a minute. Third base, Umtel Gettings calls him safe buck.
Well, the mistake made there is by faking the throw. He's also faking out his third baseman, who has to stay in the line. Mark Grace knows contact there. He's going to get rewarded third base. Mistake by the shortstop.
And Greg Norton was in the way to the moon, Allison. Quentin McCracken sends this to the moon. Almost. It's off the wall for a triple. So McCracken is singled, homered, tripled. In the 9th, he needs a double for the cycle. Juan Lucky Pierre will put an end to that hope, but 3 for 5 for McCracken. And then you saw him in the series, but send him right back out there. Byung-Hyun Kim, no jitters here, fellas.
No, and he's got great stuff. I mean, look at him kick Todd Zill off balance right there with that nasty slider. The fastball on the black to get Petrie, and then the little off-speed breaking pitch right there to get a rebound. I mean, he's got great stuff, and he's a guy they're going to continue to go to, because really they don't have anybody healthy enough down there to close out the games when they need it.
Put him right back in there, right, Buck? I mean, you're seeing the results.
Well, you take a look at it. He's doing a lot better this year than Rivera is so far.
Interesting. And Colorado, by the way, now 0-7 against the NL West. They've been swept at Coors Field for the first time in a 4-game series ever. Diamondbacks win 6-3. They now have 2 wins in games started by guys other than Johnson or Schilling. Stoudemire had the flu, and Miguel Batista, who we learned about in the World Series.
Chris, thank you. Terrific starting pitching on both sides. Hideo Nomo against Mark Kotsay, who fails to establish contact with the server. Nomo was 7 2/3 shutout last time against the Giants, and Nevin is watching. Nomo no hits through 3 1/3. Brian Lawrence, coming off his first career shutout last time out against Arizona, gets Nomo to hit into the 4.63. Lawrence no hits through 4. Nomo got some terrific defense behind him. D'Angelo Jimenez threatened to break up the no-hitter, and Jeff Rabelais, terrific play. Bottom of the 4th, still no hits in the game. Ryan Klesko, who really couldn't hit Nomo at all early in his career, has done well against him the last couple of years, breaks up the double no-hitter. Bottom of the 7th, still no score. Padres with a man on, and this time Jimenez will get it through there. Davey Cruz would score. Jimenez only hit of the night. Padres go up 1-0. Nomo out after 6 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run. Top of the 8th, Alan Embry, the left-handed specialist, gets Sean Green with a couple of men on, and the Dodgers miss an opportunity to score. In the 9th, Trevor Hoffman on to save it, and Rabelais hits one right up the chute. Nevin will take care of it, and that will do it. Padres beat the Dodgers 1-0. Nomo was outstanding. Just 1 earned run allowed in his last 14 2/3. Lawrence a little better, getting another win and tossing shutout ball again through 7 innings. Jimenez driving in the only run of the night. So the Padres even their record at 6-6.
Remember the Alomar hitting 170 going in the game, and using a Mike Piazza bat. Says it helped him stay back on the ball, heavier bat, except the ball didn't stay back. Gone! 3-run shot off Tony Armas Jr., 3-0 Mets. Then Brian Schneider coordinating, producing down the right field line. Guerrero scores. Cabrera scores. Schneider coming back to haunt the Mets, leading 4-3. It's a 4-3 game. But Alomar sends it back, bottom 3rd. Gone. Keep me with that Piazza bat. 2 homers, 4-4. And Alomar can do more than homer. Base hit. Mark Johnson is going to test Guerrero's arm. Looks like he's running underwater. It's cut off, and Alomar hung up between 1st and 2nd. Running back. Uses up a lot of space in the scorebook, doesn't it, guys?
Well, he's trying to draw a throw to get Johnson home. Just didn't happen.
No, he stays at 3rd base. Johnson, though, he got there.
He got there.
He picks up Matt Galante, the 3rd base coach now for the Mets.
Well, now you're on your own. You're trying to decide, but he's better off understanding his own speed and just stay there. Matt Jingler.
Look at the 2 of them. They're going back and forth. It's pretty humorous. At least they're in sync. Grounder up the middle by Piazza. I don't know if he used the Alomar bat. It's a base hit. Johnson scores, it's 5-4. And then that man who won it in extras, Vladimir Guerrero. But against Armando Benitez, that was Guerrero was on deck. That was Mike Mordecai. Oi, Mordecai strikes out to end it, and the Mets win 6-4. So 4 RBIs, 2 homers for Alomar using Piazza's bat. Is that just a 1 or 2 day thing? Players do that every now and then.
Guys do that, but the point of it was it's a bigger bat, so it's going to make him have to stay back and mechanically get his hands in the right place, use his body right, and it worked.
Okay, the Mets fans certainly reacted to Alomar today. That's a pretty positive note.
Yeah, they did, and they should know they have a wonderful, wonderful player. The Mets have now won 4 of 5, including 2 of 3 in this intriguing series. By the way, Steve Blood on the Traxel gets the win today for the Mets, who, you know, Guerrero had the winning home run yesterday. Mets, Ordonez and company, not fielding at all.
It's really surprising how poor they fielded the ball. That should change as the season goes on. One thing that happens a lot of times with teams that play in cold weather, you don't get the same work because you don't get outside, and the defense suffers more than the hitting.
20 errors as a team already for the Mets. Meanwhile, Atlanta and Florida, after a late-night game, not the only, late night on South Beach, but there was late night at the
at the ballpark
as well. A.J. Burnett getting Sheffield. Burnett gets Wes Helms into a 6-4-3 DP. Young pitching Florida. I know a guy that you guys like very much. Meanwhile, Jason Marquis almost take Derek Lee's head off.
A lot of guys getting hit. They're also getting hit in the head, which is amazing.
Well, 2 pitches later, he hits Marquis back the best way a batter could do it. Back, gone.
Well, this is a guy that the Marlins been waiting on for quite a while. Derek Lee to step into his talent and play like he's capable.
The 3rd-string catcher for Florida, Ramon Castro, revolutionizes the catching position, and it's a home run. It's 7-0 Marlins. And now, this is A.J. Burnett against Chipper, Harold.
Well, again, great stuff right here. Gets Chipper out front, a little change-up with a little force. Get one, get out of there. You know, it's a 7-0 ball game. You're wondering what the deal was. Well, Chipper hits a 3-run home run. It's a whole different ball game. And then he gets the line out right here. And that was really snuffing the old rally.
How's that high cheese to Franco?
Queso.
So 7-0 in the 9th inning, and could Burnett finish it? He gets Keith Lockhart to line it to Derek Lee. So he goes the route with a 4-hit, 8-strikeout performance. Very impressive as Florida lays ones on Marquis and the Braves 7-0. Mike Lowell, by the way, 5 straight multi-hit games for Florida. He was 3 for 5 today.
And they also took a 3-run homer from him last week, which really was actually foul.
But Florida beating the Braves twice in about 18 hours. Meanwhile, the Phillies, and here's a great young kid, Jimmy Rollins, receiving the Lou Brock Award for leading the National League in stolen bases last year. He also, of course, led in triples. Talk about young pitching. We looked at Barnett. How about Vicente Padilla? This is against Corky Miller. Thank goodness no one was injured. But how about the stuff that Padilla can throw, guys?
Filthy, late life. Guy you hated to give up in the Schilling deal, but every time they say, how can you trade Padilla, you just point at Schilling.
Well, they had the duck pond when Duckworth pitches. That was the Padilla Flotilla in Philly. Give them the nod. They're eating those cheesesteaks down there, and God knows what comes out. Todd Pratt, Doug Glanville scoring a bases-loaded base hit for Bobby Abreu. And Scott rock and rolling, double to right. Jimmy Rollins rolls around 3rd. He'll score. 500 ribbies now in the young career for Scott Rowland. Meanwhile, Padilla he's nasty.
He's filthy. You know, he's almost like a John Candelaria. Buck, I know you're going to say something there. I see you gesturing. Go ahead.
No, he's got such late life. Look at the slider. He usually got a lot more tilt on the slider. His slider goes almost straight down.
He gives it 3 different type of breaking pitches. You see the slow curve, the slurve, the hard slider. Then, oh, go ahead. Boomer, join him.
The Padilla Flotilla. Padilla fielding it.
Yeah, he's filthy.
And so he actually took a shutout into the 9th inning. Yikes.
I love that.
Yeah, that's high cheese there. A career high 11 Ks, which is just going to go up. He gave up a couple of runners in the 9th, so Mesa came in. They did get a run in the 9th, Cincinnati. Todd Pratt has been done a big job. They got to rest Lieberthal 2 times, maybe 2 or 3 a week. Pratt today, avenging Annie, was 4 for 4 as Padilla gets the win.